let's put together this book rating there. So back to our reading list card. We have this book rating that we commented out before. So let's uncomment it. And let's pass a few things that we're going to be expecting, called score. I'm going to pass rating like this. It should be like that. Okay. Book rating. Let's go and create this awesome widget. So we're going to go back there inside of our widgets. You can just create a file from there as well. Called book rating .dart. Stateless widget called book rating. And then we're going to, of course, import that package and we should be good. Let me go ahead, come down here and get that package there. I'm going to have some issues, no problem. We are going to fix that. Let's go and get rid of some of these that we no longer need. All right, book rating, life is good. What else do we need here? Well, the first thing we need to pass here is going to be final double, which is going to be score, right? We could call anything, but score, that's fine. And of course, we're going to have an issue here because we will have to pass this variable through an initializer. In this case, it's just going to be a constructor. So I can say command period and create a constructor, and there we have. If you save this, it should format the code and look professionally great. All right, still thinking. Oh, apparently didn't want to make this look better, but that's fine. We're doing okay. All right, let's go ahead now and make sure that everything is set up. So what we want to do, again, just to remind you, is that we want to make this structure here, the rating. We have a container already, thankfully, and each container, as you know by now, we must have a child. Okay, and the child for now, and the child, I'm going to put a column because things that we are going to be adding are going to be top to bottom. So we have the star and we have the 3 there to signify the score, okay, or the rating, that is. Okay, but before we even go to that part, we need to do some things because we need to create this structure, as you see here. Very nice pill-like structure or widget. You should know by now, to get something like that, we need to pass a decoration. Right, decoration. But before we do that, we can pass padding just to get rid of it or to be done with adding this mundane things. All right, so I'm going to say vertical, it's going to be 8, and horizontal is going to be about 6. So I'm just trying to make sure that vertically we have a padding top to bottom, top and bottom, that's 8, and horizontal left to right and right to left, or 6. Okay, so to make sure that it is padded correctly inside of this container. All right, and then let's pass decoration. All right, now let's pass our decoration. We're going to pass a box decoration. So whenever in doubt, box decoration has all the things that you need. It's like the best salesperson you will ever meet. They can just sell you on anything, and the things that you buy are great things. All right, all right, color. We are going to say colors.white because that's the color we want this box to have. And border radius, I'm going to use border radius as such, and circular, and pass the radius of about 16. Again, remember, these are numbers that I found to be most effective. You can always play around. Box shadow, because we need to get that nice shadow, which is hard to see, but it's there. That's what makes this to look like this little pill. And box shadow, we're going to pass, of course, a list, that is, pass a box shadow. We can pass as many box shadows as we want. As you see, that's why it's a list, right? Okay, box shadow. I'm going to pass the offset class or widget there. The horizontal displacement is going to be about 3, and the vertical is going to be 7. Okay, to give that nice offset there. Again, play around with that. And inside here, I'm going to say, let's add a blur radius, about 20. With color, I already have a color. I'm going to say color and pass the hex value. To pass a hex value directly, all you do, you say 0, X, and then you can pass the value. So I know this color, so I have D, 3D, 3D, 3. And I can say with opacity, because I want the opacity to be a little bit different, or dimmer, right? Not too visible. So I'm going to say 0.5. So enough visibility when it comes to our box shadow. So the bigger this visibility, the more you're going to be able to see. So if I say 0.8, you will see that it's going to be way visible. Okay, so we can play with that later, but let's keep with 5. Okay, so now that we've created a structure, next thing we're going to do is we're going to create outside of this box shadow where we have our child there. Let's go ahead and save this. Now pass children as such. Inside here, this is where I'm going to put an icon. Say icons.star, and I'm going to pass a color. I want the color to be K icon. Remember, these colors, I've already added them into our constants. And then size, it's going to be about 15. Right. Okay, and then still inside of a column here, I'm going to put a sized box just to give a little separation, if you will. I'm going to say height of about 5, just very little separation. Okay, and then I'm going to put a text that would say the score. Again, I'm doing this structure here, right? We have the star, now we're going to put the score there. So the score is just going to be our score, which is going to be passed through, right, as the field there. Let's go ahead and pass a style, because who are we without style? Text style, and I'm going to say font size, and it's going to say 12. And then I'm going to also font weight. Again, I want this to be bold. I can say font B, and voila, just hit enter, and there it is. I don't have to type all of that. How wonderful. All right, so we have that. Let's save this, and we should hopefully be able to see something because we already have all of that called here, right? And the rating, let me make sure that the rating has something in the beginning. I could put here something like rating is equal 4.5, and then let's go to main here. Okay, let's pass rating if we wish to do so. Let's pass whatever we pass here is going to override the default that we just added. So I'm just going to say 5.0. Okay, look at that, still looking good. And what do we need to do? You can see now we have the rating, it looking really nice. Now, there's one thing you notice here. Instead of saying 5.0, because it should be a double, somehow on the web, the doubles don't show as double. They are rounded up, they are converted into integers. Now, it's something that I haven't looked at yet. If you are interested, you can try to figure out how to get to 5.0. But at this point, because we're just prototyping, it's not that of a big deal. But if you want to really get to nitty-gritty, that could be a good exercise, and I'll do the same as well. Things are looking really good. I'm very proud of myself, and you should be proud of yourself too if you're continuing to follow these lessons. So I hope this is exciting. You can see from just a little bit of effort, as I said, you can see there is a huge difference of how things look. So it's looking pretty much as you see here. Very exciting. All right, so now I believe we're ready to actually get books from this user or whoever is logged in and start populating here. That's what we're going to be doing on the next video.